Chapter 20. The Masters. As the majestic drama of the Masters unfolded, it was as if the very heavens conspired to witness the clash of titans on the emerald stage of the Augusta National Golf Club. Mountain and Austin stood ahead of the rest of the field of competitors as two giants of the game, who both strode onto the manicured fairways with the swagger of gladiators, with their clubs poised like mighty swords, ready to do battle amidst the whispering pines and the blooming azaleas. With every swing, the gallery held its breath, as if afraid to disturb the delicate balance of fate that hung in the air like Spanish moss. Mountain and Austin, locked in a duel of both wits and skills, traded blows like prized fighters, with their golf balls tracing arcs of destiny across the azure sky. As the final round dawned, anticipation hung thick in the air like morning mist, casting a veil of uncertainty over the proceedings. Austin and Johnny were neck and neck on the leaderboard, embarked on a journey fraught with both peril and promise, with each and every shot carrying the weight of their dreams and aspirations. With every drive and putt, the landscape shifted, revealing new vistas of possibility and peril. Bunkers yawned as if they were hungry beasts, eager to devour errant shots, while water hazards glistened like sapphire jewels, beckoning the bold and the brave to test their mettle. In the heat of the tense competition, Austin and Johnny danced a delicate dance, with their fate hanging in the balance with each stroke of the club. The gallery held its breath, caught in the throes of golfing drama, as the two titans of the sport battled against the backdrop of Amen Corner and Rays Creek. And as the final holes unfolded, the pressure finally reached a fever pitch, with the stakes higher than ever before. With the holiest of holies at stake, the wearable golfing trophy, and the most coveted prize in all of golf, the green jacket, looming tantalizingly close, Austin and Johnny summoned every ounce of their skill and resolve, with their determination blazing like the scorching sun above them. This indeed was a test of will as much as it was a test of ability, truly a testament to the indomitable spirit of competition that courses through the veins of every single golfer who graces the fairways of Augusta National. As the final round approached its climax, the tension reached a fever pitch, like a pressure cooker about to blow its lid. Mountain, with his brow furrowed in fierce determination, and Austin, his jaw set like granite, sparred with the ferocity of ancient warriors, each vying for the right to wear the coveted green jacket. The green jacket, a symbol of prestige and excellence in the world of golf, holds a mystical allure for every player who steps onto the hallowed grounds of Augusta National. Awarded to the winner of the Masters tournament, this iconic garment transcends mere attire, embodying the spirits of triumph and legacy alike. Its vibrant hue evokes images of the lush fairways and manicured greens of Augusta, while its tailored elegance speaks volumes about the tradition and honor of the game. For those who don the coveted green jacket, it becomes a true beacon of achievement, a tangible manifestation of their lifelong pursuit of golfing greatness. To wear it is to join an exclusive fraternity of champions, forever etched in the annals of golfing history. Mountain whispered to Johnny, "Wow, I'd like to wear that green jacket, and only that green jacket, for my next evening round at Shady Pines, unless it gets too cold for quasi-naked golf, and the dreaded male shrinkage that typically results from it." In recent months, Mountain and Johnny had started making sure that they were the last golfers to leave Shady Pines on most nights, well, on weeknights at least. In the end, it was Mountain who emerged victorious over Austin and the rest of the pack, with his victory as narrow as the neck of a beer bottle. But as he stood on the podium, basking in the glow of triumph, a cloud of doubt darkened his joyous reverie. For Mountain knew that his triumph was built on shaky ground, like a house of cards teetering on the imminent brink of collapse. In a moment of weakness, he had resorted to underhanded tactics by slipping magic mushroom tea into Austin's drink like a mischievous elf in the night. For Austin had become all too predictable over the years with his routine, and while he was playing in golf tournaments, always drank a mixture of Red Bull and creatine that Mountain found to be as repulsive as the idea of a wasted pile of blow. At this particular golf tournament, however, Austin involuntarily consumed his creatine and Red Bull concoction with a psilocybin twist. But as Mountain gazed upon the green jacket now draped over his shoulders, it felt less like a symbol of victory and more like a straitjacket, forever binding him to his own web of deceit and treachery. But try as he might, Mountain could not shake the feeling of guilt that gnawed at his soul like a hungry wolf. Yet even in the midst of his moral quandary, Austin stood by his side throughout the entire press conference, his face a mask of stoic resolve. "Congratulations, old friend," he said with a wry smile. "You may have won the battle, but the war is far from over." Eventually, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the Augusta National Golf Club, Austin and Mountain found themselves alone on the manicured fairway. The tension between them crackled like electricity, palpable in the air as they walked side by side. "Mountain, my friend," Austin began, his voice carrying a mixture of both amusement and concern. "I could not help but notice something peculiar about that last round." Mountain's heart skipped a beat, the weight of his guilt pressing down on him like a cloak made of lead. He then braced himself tightly for Austin's accusation, but what came next truly caught him off guard. "You know," Austin continued with a wry grin, "I think that was the funniest round of golf I've ever played. I mean, who would have thought that mushroom tea would not improve my swing?" Relief flooded through Mountain like a cool breeze on a sweltering day. He had expected anger, accusations, and perhaps even the end of their friendship. But Austin's response was far from what he had anticipated. "You are taking this rather well," Mountain remarked, unable to keep the surprise from entering his voice. Austin shrugged, his salt and pepper hair catching the fading light in a way that made Mountain acutely aware of his own youth slowly slipping away. "What's done is done," he replied with a nonchalant wave of his hand. "Besides, it is not every single day that you get to play a round of golf with a psychedelic twist." The levity in Austin's tone belied the weight of Mountain's guilt, and he could not help but feel a pang of envy at his friend's easygoing demeanor. And as they continued their stroll along the fairway, Mountain stole another sideways glance at Austin's hair, noticing the telltale signs of encroaching gray. "Is everything all right, Mountain?" Austin's voice broke through Mountain's inner thoughts, pulling him back to the present moment. Mountain shook his head, dispelling the thoughts that had begun to consume him. Yeah, everything is fine," he replied with a forced cheerfulness. But inwardly, he could not shake the nagging worry that had taken root in his mind. If Austin, only 2 years his senior, was already showing signs of aging, what did that mean for Mountain himself? The thought of gray hair atop his own head looked ridiculous in his mind's inner mirror and truly sent a shiver down his spine, a stark reminder of the relentless march of time. And as they neared the clubhouse, the weight of Mountain's guilt hung heavy in the air, casting a shadow over their light-hearted banter. But despite the darkness that threatened to engulf him, Mountain found solace in the knowledge that he had a true friend by his side, a friend who had chosen both forgiveness over retribution and understanding over condemnation. And of course, a friend that truly enjoyed magic mushrooms. And as they parted ways, Mountain made a silent vow to repay Austin's kindness in the only way that he knew how, by facing his demons head-on and striving to be the best golfer and the best man that he could possibly be. He vowed to himself to try and beat Austin yet again, next time without cheating by drugging his friend or in any other way, before Austin could eventually blame his many future likely defeats on his slightly more advanced age. Mountain knew that Austin harbored no ill will, with his forgiveness as boundless as the fairways of Augusta. Separately, they adjourned back to their respective camps, Austin in Soulard and Ladue, and Mountain and Johnny to Shady Pines within the familiar confines of Beanfield, their footsteps each echoing in the corridors of history, in the wake of their latest epic golfing showdown. Mountain was able to golf at Shady Pines after dusk alone the following evening. He wore his green jacket, nothing at all except his green jacket. Johnny refused to join him this time, for he knew that Mountain's nudity would be forthcoming. For Mountain, this particular round was every bit as thrilling as the back nine at Augusta.